Hey traders, checking in on the stock market today. So some winds of change in the air as the bulls took over, but what was most notable to me is how all of our seemingly unrelated sectors that have been weak over the past couple months all saw some strength today. We're now going to call that grouping of sectors our laggard sectors, and I'll show you which ones I'm looking at and some trades that I made based off of that. All right, we're going to start with our usual technical analysis here, and then we're going to break down the sectors that I'm watching as a group, and we're going to now call them the laggard sectors. Previously, the laggard sectors were airliners, cruises, hotels, and the financial sector. They are no longer laggards, so we're going to assign a new laggard sector category. So first things first, SPY. Is this a daily bull flag? How could we have possibly seen that coming? Well, the bears didn't prove anything to us. On the 2 days of consolidation that we saw, we never saw increasing bear volume that was notable, and we did not see our major sectors at the low of the day at the same time. We saw rotation going on, and the healthcare sector was the big flashing sign that said, hey, people are still buying this sector, and it's running in all-time highs. So our new short-term support on SPY is 410.59, and the all-time high of 417.91 is in play. We would have to fail the all-time high and break that support level for further weekly consolidation to be underway. QQQ, same story. Daily EMA 12 support is holding. It was a bit more of a pullback than on SPY, but we're holding the daily EMA 12, and it's a possible bull flag as well. Broke the low of yesterday, just barely. No follow through. It lasted about 2 minutes, and then a rocket all the rest of the morning into the close. So the bulls need to break 339.52, double top the last 2 days for us to be looking back at the high of 342.23. IWM, after the bear break on the daily, how's that for a response? Massive bull candle, and there are a lot of names that saw that kind of bull candle today after the weakness yesterday. So I'm looking at daily lower high resistance, 226 and 226.69. And the bulls are hoping that this is our weekly higher low being set, still grinding and still trying to hold the EMA 12. 1 day is not enough. That's going to be the theme of this video with all the sectors that we look at. 1 day is not enough. 1 day is enough to get our attention, but follow through is needed tomorrow in a lot of places. Financial sector, lost the daily uptrend, straight into a big bull day, and the weekly chart remains healthy. Keeping in mind, when we are in uptrends on longer term time frames, bear breaks on shorter term time frames are just higher lows on longer term time frames. And that's why trading counter trend can be so frustrating. If I'm a bear and I say, all right, I'm short in XLF, we just lost the daily uptrend of 34.78 support. Now here I am down 1%, and the weekly chart is potentially setting a higher low. Bulls will have to see a new all-time high of 35.53 to convincingly be back in full control, but it was certainly a big green day, and most notable because it was following a big red day from yesterday. Healthcare, again, star of the show, just completely breaking out. We had this little bull flag, and it has been all bull since then. So if the second largest weighting sector in the S&P 500 is surging to all-time highs, I don't care what tech is doing. I know the broader market's going to be just fine. So plenty of space for a daily higher low next time XLV pulls back. XLV, XLF, XBI. So XBI is one of our laggard sectors that we're watching. And yesterday I highlighted a trade, a dumb trade that I made that was dumb. And I jumped right back in today. So I was live streaming this morning, and what stood out different out of the last 3 days. 2 days ago, 20-minute, 25-minute bull move, give it all back to a new low of the day. Yesterday, 15-minute bull move, give it all back to a new low of the day. Today, bear move, V-shaped to a new high of the day. I entered this morning, I think in the 128s. I need to check my position, but I entered this morning while live streaming, swing position this time. So my position is sized enough, or sized correctly, so that my stop is under 125. And if this is going to be the 4-hour falling wedge breakout that we've been watching, we have to break 135.42. And we need a nice green day tomorrow. I could draw this trend line a number of different ways. If I was drawing it normally, I would have it right here and we would just be breaking out. But I can see after hours the price is down a little bit. So again, with trend lines, you can just tweak it a tiny bit and fit your narrative. So if we were to see a red day tomorrow, the daily lower highs would remain. The pattern, here's the setup for the trade. Monthly EMA, 12 support. I am scouting a monthly high or low. I see a daily pattern that shows me bear exhaustion with a bear break yesterday, seeing no follow through, straight into a big bull day today. But to follow through here, we have to break the daily lower highs. Ideal day tomorrow, break 135.42 on increasing bull volume. If that happens, I will say it's a successful trade, and I know that I will not lose money on this trade. If that does not happen, we remain in a tightening range, and the burden of proof is still on the bulls. Tomorrow's a very key day for all of these laggard sector names. Otherwise, likewise, I should say, NIO and the EV space. Look at the monthly. Look at EMA 12. Earnings are approaching, but we're trying to set a monthly high or low off of EMA 12. We have a daily pattern that is showing some bear exhaustion after the double bottom at 34, and we've been going up since then. Resistance of 39.33 and 42.06. Tesla earnings are Monday. They are going to impact NIO. I would be all over NIO right now if it were not for earnings that are going to be a bit of a coin flip and could easily smack this setup right back down. But EV names. So XBI, Biotech, EV. Let's go to solar, TAN. So TAN, support of 80.80, 81.07, and we held those levels. Well, we held one of them. Broke by 9 cents yesterday into a bull move. So again, it gets my attention, but the burden of proof is on the bulls. Get over 87.57, and we'll say, all right, our higher low is set, and the range is going to continue to tighten. Look at the monthly chart. We're looking for a higher low. EMA 12 is support. The bigger picture is why I'm so interested in these sectors, and I've been watching them for weeks, and there was probably a time a couple weeks ago where it was, is this it? Nope, not yet, not yet, not yet. So that's the same thing right now. Skeptical of bulls, knowing they have to prove it. And right now, after today, I'm going, is this it? And the next 2-3 days are going to answer, yes it is, or not yet. Scouting monthly higher lows after breakouts. Who else do we got? We got all the other names that ran hard that don't even really fit into a sector. So biotech, EV, solar, MJ. So MJ, we got MSOS. Bigger picture, what are we looking for? A monthly higher low. Daily chart, bear break yesterday, lack of follow through. Bounce day today, again, it doesn't mean a whole lot. I did nibble back a position today, small starter, because I will need a confirmed daily trend change if I'm going to say, okay, maybe this is our monthly high or low. But for now, bears still have complete control. Bulls need to get over 40.69, and I'll raise my eyebrows and say, is this it? But again, we can look back at these bounces and say, maybe it's just one of those bounces again that's going to drop to lower lows. Have to look for clues as to what's different, and for me, I need increasing bull volume and multiple green days in a row. Tomorrow's a big day. If we're red tomorrow on these sectors, it's not yet. But we're watching for monthly higher lows. So MJ, add them to the list. Who else? There's some other individual names that were doing their own thing. I'm trying to think of who I'm thinking of. I mean, we got our liquidation names, DISCA, that were all bear. Today is a very notable scale tilting day. VIAC is the other one. So these bulls are now saying, okay, slow bleed forever. Is that bears running out of momentum and the scales tilted back to the bulls? And again, one day is great. Need multiple days, but it is certainly a very convincing shift from what we've been seeing over the last 2 weeks. I am watching these laggard sectors extremely closely for the next 2 weeks for monthly higher lows. Felt like I missed a sector. SMH. So, weekly time frame. I would still consider this a cup and handle possibility. And unable to break the all-time high, this is still a bull flag. How do I know? Well, visually, it's holding EMA 12, but if I want facts, look at the retracement. The retracement is less than 382, which is keeping the bull flag alive. So, one green day, that's great. It's not enough. A lot of these names that I just showed you went straight up all day today, which means we must confirm hourly trend changes tomorrow if we're going to see follow through. Need a green day tomorrow. If we get it, I'm watching for a possible weekly cup and handle. And what I can say is if 241 holds, the possible cup and handle remains alive. If 241 breaks, it is negated for me. If we were to drop back down after this bounce, nope, not a cup and handle. We need to see the bulls control from here. Maybe it takes one more daily high or low, but bulls need to be in the driver's seat for the majority of the next week. The VIX, weak. Bulls are looking for a daily high or low compared to 1540 to try and set up a daily trend change, but we did not see a setup to cause broader market fear. We saw some fear in tech for a day, some fear in financial sector for a day, but not in the broader market. So the dollar has a weak bounce attempt on the daily. Anything under 91.81 is just going to be a lower high. And we're just going to continue watching the daily lower highs as long as they keep forming. But with this weakness today, we've got the metals following through. Little daily bull flag on gold. Held the EMAs like we wanted to see on consolidation. And now we got continuation. So metals continuing their momentum. We've got 1816 as the next resistance on gold. And as long as we keep stacking these daily higher lows, bulls keep their short-term control. Silver, same thing. Daily bull flag confirmed. 2664 is a weekly lower high resistance level that is now in play. But as far as the last 3 weeks have been concerned, this is the ideal follow-through for the metals bulls off of that momentum shift. Miners gave the clue yesterday. Again, GDX going up with markets weak and metals not doing anything definitely stood out. And here's that follow through today in a big way. Getting over 36.33 opened things up to the next resistance being 37.52, and the bulls taking advantage of that today. So again, just a little clue. Why is GDX so strong with metals not doing anything and SPY so weak? The answer, bulls are buying. Oil, bearish reaction to the inventory report. It's looking like a weekly lower high is potentially shaping up. The key support is 57.29 to watch and see if we confirm a weekly downtrend for the first time in 4 months. And natural gas daily consolidation underway. Just like the metals, the bulls want to backtest and hold EMAs to keep the consolidation healthy. It's a potential bull flag, and we'll need to regain the 4-hour uptrend for that daily bull flag to try and follow through. So in an XBI swing, exited some SQQQ with the strength in the market today. So I'm back to the bull lean on my swing positions. As far as day trading, traded Tesla 3 times. Left a bunch of money on the table, but went 3 for 3. Just a quick little day trade first thing on the oversold bounce this morning. 5-minute RSI and 15-minute RSI were both in the teens. Made an entry in the 701s. Exited quickly for a 0.5% gain in the 704s. I knew I had an internet guy coming today and knew I was not going to have internet at about 10:30 a.m. And that definitely influenced my trades for obvious reasons. After that, had a bear entry. Was just watching the fact that we had not consolidated at any point on the hourly time frame all day. We were up 5% plus off of the low of the day, and I was watching a 2-minute rising wedge. So second trade I made was keeping an eye on this setup. And I entered bearish on this little lower high. On the 5-minute time frame, we set a higher low. We failed the high of the day. So made a bearish entry in the 729s, stop over the high of the day, and then I just scaled out into this weakness. Exited a third in the 726s, a third in the 724s, and maybe the last third, 725 or so. Another 0.5%, little gainer. And then the end of the day, Invidious in the chat room pointed out a cup and handle, and I was not watching. And there was a 5-minute cup and handle just with the high of the day, the rejection from the high of the day, a double top, little bull flag. And if you zoom in on the bull flag, we double bottomed at 728. And as soon as I saw that other little low hold, that's 728. So here's the low, 728.13, double bottom to the penny, make an entry, put the stop under 728. If it breaks, probably not a cup and handle. If it holds, probably a cup and handle. Tiny risk and big time follow through, but again, had to sell early. I was starting my live stream And if I'm in a position while I'm live streaming, I'm extremely distracted. So sold it fairly quickly in the low 730s, 732-ish. Want that one back, but things have to be done. Life was a reason for 2 premature exits for me today, and that is A-okay. That's the way she goes. Good day. Hope you had a good day as well. Don't forget to do good things out there, and we will see you tomorrow. We've got flowering rhubarb, and this is what asparagus looks like when you don't harvest it. It's making its root system stronger for next year.